Illustration 25. Ascertaining the amount due to the retiring partner and transfer of his loan account. Ascertaining the amount due to the retiring partner. How much amount due to the retiring partner, and it is transferring to the retiring partner's loan account. So they are given a problem here. A, B and C are partners in the business, sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 3:2:1. It is their existing profit and loss sharing ratio. Their balance sheet as at 31st March 2020 was. So this is the balance sheet they have given. Liability side, sundry creditors 16,000 and general reserve 60,000. Capitals of A, B, C collectively 3 lakh. So 1 lakh each for all the partners, and cash in hand 6,000. Cash at bank 10,000. Sundry debtors 90,000 and stock in hand 70,000. Machinery 60,000. Building 1,40,000. So collectively both the side 3,76,000. So this is the firm's balance sheet, existing year balance sheet, 31st March 2020's balance sheet. They given additional information in this situation from the firm. C retires from the business on 1st April 2020, which is first day for the next year. 1st April 2020, it was agreed that the amount due to him will be paid on 30th June 2021. So amount will be paid to him on 30th June 2021. It was also agreed to adjust the value of assets as follows. So the new values of assets and liabilities they given in adjustments. First one, provide for doubtful debts 5% on sundry debtors. So already debtors is available in the balance sheet. Sundry debtors is 90,000. On 90,000, 5% we should provide provision for doubtful debts. Next one is reduce stock by 5% and machinery by 10%. Stock by 5%. Already stock value, stock in hand is 70,000, isn't it? From the down it is third one, 70,000 it is the stock. 5% stock going to reduce. You know how to prepare revaluation account? It is favor for liability, so liability side will be written because asset is decreased. Stock is an asset. Already it is available 70,000. Now 5% is decreased, reduced they given here, and machinery by 10%. So machinery also one of the fixed assets, so it is reduced 10%. So this also entered in the debit side of revaluation account. You know, provision for doubtful debts with 5% and sundry debtors also will be entered in debit side of revaluation account. And building to be revalued at 1,51,000. So buildings new value, present value is 1,50,000. Already buildings value is 1,40,000 only. 1,40,000 only building value. But now 11,000 is increased. Fixed asset is increased 11,000. So it will be entered in the credit side of revaluation account in retirement of a partnership firm especially. And goodwill of the firm is valued at 1,50,000. So goodwill will not take part of revaluation account. So goodwill of the firm, the present goodwill of the firm is 1,50,000. Whether existing goodwill is available in the firm, it is not available. So no need to return of anything. So it is the new goodwill. So goodwill will be split and given to all the partners as per their existing profit and loss sharing ratio, including retiring partner, isn't it? So some adjustment we will do. A and B will continue to carry on the business and sell their A and B will continue to carry on the business and sell, share profits and losses equally. Their new profit and loss sharing ratio is equal. In future, pass necessary journal entry, pass journal entries and prepare revaluation account, profit and loss adjustment account, partners capital account, cease loan account and balance sheet. So many accounts they are asking us to prepare of the firm on 1st April 2020. So one by one we are going to discuss what is their gaining ratio. We are going to check it out first ever because existing ratio available and new ratio is also available. So we are going to prepare gaining ratio, who gained because of his retirement, who gained, who sacrificed. That we have to know. Then only goodwill contribution and everything can distribute to that retiring partner by gaining partner, that you know. So everything we are going to do step by step. Okay, first of all we are going to prepare gaining ratio. gaining ratio for partner A. You know what's the formula for gaining ratio? New ratio minus old ratio. New ratio for partner A is 1 by 2. You know, they are going to share their profits equally. That is their new ratio. So 1 by 2 is their new ratio. And existing ratio for partner A is 3 by 6. 3 by 6. So 1 by 2 minus 3 by 6. So first set will be multiplied by 3. So 3 minus 3 divided by 6, 0. Neither sacrifice nor gain. So no sacrifice, no gain for partner A. For partner B, same that gaining ratio we are going to find out. For partner B, new minus old is the gaining ratio's formula. So new ratio is 1 by 2 minus existing ratio for partner B is 2 by 6. 2 by 6 because their existing profit and loss sharing ratio is 3:2:1. So 2 by 6 is the existing ratio for partner B. Don't mind about my face. I zoom the board favor for you. So 1 by 2 is the new ratio for partner B. 2 by 6 is the old ratio for partner B. So 1 by 2 we are expecting base 6. So multiplied by 3. Anyway 3 minus 2 divided by 6. 1 by 6. Here partner B gains. That is 1 by 6 is the gaining ratio for partner B. And partner C is retired from the partnership firm. Partner C's existing ratio is, partner C is retiring from the partnership firm. His existing ratio is 1 by 6. You know, existing ratio for all the three partners are 3:2:1. So 3 for A, 2 for B, 1 for C. 1 plus 2 plus 3. So collectively 6. So 1 by 6 is the C, partner C's profit and loss sharing ratio, especially existing profit and loss. You know very well about it. Partner C's sacrifice is 1 by 6. At the same time, partner B's gaining is 1 by 6. So now we know very clearly how to find out gaining ratio for retiring partner. And one more adjustment, that is goodwill. In the adjustments they have given goodwill of the firm is valued at rupees 1,50,000. So goodwill of the firm is valued at 1,50,000. It is the present goodwill of the partnership firm. On this 1,50,000, 1 by 6 is whose share? Retiring partner's share. Who is retiring? Partner C is retiring. So favor for partner C, gaining partner should compensate. So it is the goodwill calculation. What is his proportion? 1 by 6 it is. It is his existing profit and loss sharing ratio. So 1 by 6 on this 1,50,000 is equal to 25,000 rupees. 25,000 rupees would be compensated by partner B to C. So anyway, we can write a journal entry here. Whose capital account will be debited? Partner B's capital account. B's capital account debtor to C's capital account. One who retired from the partnership firm, that is C, isn't it? One who gained in the partnership firm because of C's retirement, that is partner B. So whose account will be debited? That partner B who gained, their account will be debited, and who receive, which is the who is going out from the partnership firm, they are sacrificing 1 by 6, isn't it? So anyway, 25,000 will be compensated by partner B to C. 25,000. You can write the narration being goodwill contributed by gaining partner to outgoing partner. So now we know very clearly the working notes and everything. Now we are going to prepare revaluation account. A revaluation account. A revaluation account. In this account, we will revalue the asset and reassess firm's liabilities. T form of account it is debit side and it is credit side. As I told you, debit side is favor for liabilities, credit side favor for assets. Debit side we will write all possible liabilities. At the same time, if liability increases, that will be entered in debit side. If assets decrease, that will be entered in debit side. Assets increased, that will be entered in credit side. Liability decreased will be entered in credit side. Unrecorded liability in debit side, unrecorded assets in credit side. So generally we will do this for calculating revaluation account. So now we are going to compare the both actual value with pre-value, which is called that balance sheet value. So first one is to provide for doubtful debts at 5% on sundry debtors. So sundry debtors, on sundry debtors we are going to provide 5% doubtful debts. How much amount is the debtors? First ever we should think that is available in our balance sheet. Amount rupees 90,000. So 90,000 calculation I will do over here. So sundry debtors 90,000, 5% on 90,000, 5 by 100. So 10 means 9,000. So 5 means 4,500. So 5 means 4,500. We are creating, it's the provision for bad debts, isn't it? So provision for bad debts. Amount rupees 4,500. It is the first transaction. It is the amount column. It is particular, amount, and amount. You can write. So roughly I am doing this. It's a revaluation account. And second one is reduce stock by 5% and machinery by 10%. Reduce stock by 5%, machinery by 10%. Already stock is available in the balance sheet is stock in hand 70,000 rupees. 70 into 5 by 100. It is stock. Stock calculation I am doing here. Already available stock in the firm is 70,000. So stock is reduced by 5%. If 10% means 7,000, 5% means 3,500 rupees. So stock is reduced. So machinery value is reduced. So stock. Because assets decreasing. So 3,500 rupees. 3,500 rupees. And machinery. 10% of machinery is decreased. Actual amount of machinery as per the balance sheet is. Actual amount of machinery it is 60,000. 60,000 is actual amount of machinery. So now 10% of 60,000. Machinery. Can you follow me? Machinery. Actual amount of machinery is 60,000 rupees. 10% on 60,000 is equal to 6,000 rupees. Isn't it? So asset is decreased. Anyway, we are writing in debit side of revaluation account. Machinery 6,000 rupees. The next adjustment is building to be revalued at 1,51,000. So building is revalued rupees 1,51,000. Actual amount of building is available as per the balance sheet information 1,40,000. So building how many lakhs? 1,50,000 1,50,000 or 50,000? 1,51,000. So new information, market value 1,51,000. Already available value about building is 1,40,000. So if you reduce 11,000 increased. So building is increased 11,000. So building is asset. Asset is increased 11,000. So we are writing the credit side of revaluation account. Building 11,000. And next one is goodwill of the firm is valued at 1,50,000. You know, goodwill we have valued, and 1/6 of the goodwill we have settled by gaining partner to sacrificing our outgoing partner, isn't it? And A and B will continue to carry on the business and shall share the profit and losses equally in future. Their New profit and loss sharing ratio. New profit sharing ratio for A and B, they are continuing partner, isn't it? Is 1:1. New ratio. So now we are going to tally both the side, isn't it? We are tallying both the side. So 6 plus 3, 9, 9 plus 4, 9 plus 4, 13, 14,000. Here only 11,000 rupees. So 14,000, debit side is excess, isn't it? 14,000. So debit side is excess amount. Credit side available only 11,000. So it denotes revaluation loss. Revaluation loss or loss on revaluation. How much? How many thousands? 14 minus 11 is equal to 3,000 rupees. These 3,000 rupees will be distributed to partner A, B, C. A, B, C as per their existing profit and loss sharing ratio. Their existing profit and loss sharing ratios are 3:2:1. So these 3,000 will be distributed to partner A, B, C in the ratio of 3:2:1. So how many thousands are going for partner A? This revaluation loss would be debited to partner's capital account, isn't it? So while you prepare partner's capital account, loss would be debited for partner as per their existing profit and loss sharing ratio. These 3,000 rupees will be distributed to partner's capital account debit side. So 3,000 rupees for partner A. So A's capital account should be debited by 3,000 into 3/6. What ratio we are using? It is existing profit and loss sharing ratio. Existing profit and loss sharing ratio we are using. So that is A's capital account. How many thousands should be credited? So debited. That is 1,500 rupees, which is 3/6 on 3,000 is 1,500 rupees. On B's capital account, how many thousands should be debited? That is 2/6. 2/6 of 3,000 will be how many thousand? 1,000 rupees. 1,000 rupees. And 1/6 for C, outgoing partner. Even his capital account also will be debited by 500 rupees because 1/6 of 3,000 is 500 rupees. So this is the revaluation loss should be debited to partner's capital account. So now you know very clearly how to prepare revaluation account, isn't it?